Hello, big beautiful world. Today we're going up in our trusty old Stearman. Haven't taken her up in ages. Cool paint job. And we're going up in a particularly beautiful place. We're not going to spend too long in this recording, so I won't blather on too long. Give ourselves some batteries. Bit of nav, bit of strobage. Bit of, yeah, we're going to need the maggies. Yep. Gonna crack the throttle just a tad. Have we got mixture? We do. So we've got juice coming in. Crack the throttle a bit. Gonna catch. You bet, you bet, you bet, you bet, you bet. Give it a couple of moments to settle in. Alright, come off the handy. Let's get the flock out of Dodge, eh? So yeah, not a lot to report. Some goodies coming up on Flight Sim, especially in the recent release of the F4E, I think it is, and now someone else is set to release a Phantom F4J, I think. Well, it's not technically a Phantom, is it? It's a Phantom 2, because the original Phantom was a McDonnell Phantom from 1944-45. It's a wartime jet. First jet to land on carriers, amongst other things, and quite a nice design, like the Banshee and like that first wave of jets. The Era Comet, even though it was a bit of a, you know, technically by today's standards a complete hash, but in fact aesthetically it was a good looking, they were all good looking beasties. So we're rolling. Let's just get her up in the air. We'll assume we've got all the goodies underway. Holding it back. Holding it back. Oh, bit of wind up. We're away. We is away. Might give ourselves some trim actually. We're getting blown over to the east. It's a bit of a gust up evidently. Should have checked the meat harbour before I brought her up, eh? Anyway, we're heading out that way, so let's get some tailwind on us. So we're heading up over an absolutely gorgeous part of the world. If you were to head straight down that way, you would hit Launceston in Tasmania. You would head out over the Bass Strait and into Tasmania. Actually, you'd technically go over Flinders Island first. That's between here and there. But we aren't interested in that. In fact, we're just interested in pretty much where we are. I've got smoke coming out. I think this one's smoke. There we go. Don't really need smoke, do we? No. No. So we'll have a look around here, because I think there's a go-kart track around here that's pretty cool. There we go. Is it a go-kart circuit or a dirt bike circuit? One of the two. Yeah, both. Dirt bike beneath us. How cool is that, having your dirt bike circuit just next to the runway? And a go-kart circuit. All good fun. Look, we're not heading there though, we're heading back this way. We're just keeping along slow, because we ain't got nowhere to be. Now, actually we can head towards the town. So this is Bairnsdale. Up yonder, and we're coming down the Mitchell River, and it's a pretty lovely little town around here, but there is some, in reality, a really striking kind of, what would you call it, effect of nature, and that is that this river, the Mitchell, that flows through the town down here, actually has the Silt National Park, and you'll see what I mean when we get to it. It's really kind of quite unique. What have we got there? Avionics, yeah, cool. So this little river flowing through the town. Just gonna bring around. And you can actually see it further on, but we should in theory, be able to follow this river. This is the Mitchell River we're seeing snaking its way around. And we can follow it. We're over sleepy Bairnsdale on a Sunday morning, which is really kind of gorgeous. Now, I think I mentioned, or maybe I did not, but I wanted to bring up the Chavrov, the SH2, because I haven't flown it in ages, AR1 Design Bureau, but for some reason, my Toby eye tracker just did not like working with it. And I thought, oh, what's going on here? And I tried a couple of other aircraft and no issues. So I'll be looking at that. I will be having stern words with that Chavrov SH2. I've been flying the Bugatti all week and loving it. And I was going to bring it up, but actually I wanted something, like I said, low and slow. This is a bit of a scenic tour. And I want a little open top just so that we can see how gorgeous it really is. And as you can see, like a lot of towns here in Australia, especially down here in Victoria, I'm a bit, even though I'm a transplant, I'm a bit partial to the towns down here. Little towns like Leongatha, Bairnsdale, Caranbara is a favourite. The town of Bunyip, for all of you beautiful humans who know what a bunyip is. If not, Google is your friend. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite a large, sprawling country town. It's very lovely, very pretty down here. Like I say, I think they call it the gateway to Gippsland, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll make our way, just following the river along, moseying along down the Mitchell River. And it becomes like a river within a lake at one point, and that's the Silt Jetty National Park. That's really all I wanted to check out, so we might be up for more than about 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. And it's a lovely little part of the world. But what else? Yeah, another Concorde's on the way. PMDG's due up to release their big tube liner soon, I think. I think everybody's more excited on the overall gaming front now. It's very, very kind of creepy for a 60-year-old dude to be talking about computer games, but as I've mentioned many times previously, I still love them. Have done since my old man used to take me over to a pub in Perth, and he let me used to go wild on the old massive screen Hanimex ping, going bloop, bonk, bloop, bonk, bloop, bonk. What a fun. And that was, my God, 52 years ago. So yes, Baldur's Gate 3 is the big one they're all talking about. Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield are the big conversation a la mode at the moment, which is just very, very cool indeed. And I'm tempted to investigate them further upon their release. Well, Baldur's Gate 3 is already out. So who knows, I may go there, may not, we shall see. Now if we got, I'm hopping out because I want to see if we've got rudder trim. It'll get loud. No, it won't. Still got the smoke going. Why have I still got the smoke going? Smoke. Fear, what are you doing? There you go. So as you can see, we're just going to follow. Let's get down a little closer. So cool. Now, as you can see, that that big run of land out there, that spit, that divides the two lakes. I forget what they're called off the top of my head. Again, Google Maps, to your friend. But it's pretty gorgeous down here. There's the two little jetties down the end here. So obs, it would have made good sense to bring a seaplane out, or a little float plane. But you know, we get what we get. So this is how we're doing it. And that near alien looking green, that is actually, you just think that's a colour palette on the sim, but in reality that's what it's like down here. The greens down here are often near fluorescent. They're just gorgeous in certain lights. Absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to follow this spit out. And as you can see, the river runs between the two lakes. And this is the only entrance into it, that little divide there from the northern lake, until it empties out up the end here. And it's a particularly lovely part of the world. Which is a strange thing for me to say, because I'm not particularly interested in boating. It's not a thing that's ever fired my imagination in any way. But I live in an island, or an island continent, so I suppose I've got to pay some kind of homage to it all, don't I? What else? The Bugatti's awesome. Bugatti is absolutely insane. I really need to work on the touch and goes with that sucker, because I'm a cruncher on the landing. No matter what I do, I've seriously got to work at those landings. Yeah, so it's just these two spits of land that lead right out, almost right across, dividing the lakes. So cool, so lovely. Hello, Tasmania. I think we've got the jetties down here, do we? There we go. Yep, that's pretty cool. Got a little Zodiac down there. Very sweet indeed. Very sweet indeed. And now we can just follow her back around. Good day for it. Still extended the fire from a few years back, a couple of years back. Coming up for 5 years ago, I think now. Burned a lot of the land down this way. Yeah, it's a very pleasant part of the world. What else? On the simming front. That's it, bugger all really, that I can think of. Well, bugger all has sort of piqued my interest. Doubtless though, there's always something cropping up, either on .to for free, or one of the, oh yeah, I guess that's one thing, that push me pull you thing that the Got Friends crew released. I will get it. It's a steal at the price, like all Got Friends stuff. And yeah, I will get it eventually. I can't help look at it and just think though, it's a Siebel 204, Siebel 204? Yeah, from World War II. Incredibly similar in the body layout and wholly unique. The only difference being is that it has the push-pull prop side. Oh, there are significant other cosmetic differences, but if you look at the Siebel, that's, you can see where it gets its lineage from. I think anyway, you guys might be able to say, no, you're talking through your bum, flying wire, and that's all well and good. And I'll think, well, how dare you speak to me like that? And we'll start an argument online, and then we'll get into a tussle, and my lawyer will speak to your lawyer, and we'll stand off in corners with arms folded, facing away from each other forevermore. Is that the way you really want this relationship to go, people? Think about it. Think about it. Don't know why I went off on that tangent. I think I've been watching too many Marx Brothers films. Recently, my partner and I have revisited, as we tend to do, we watch quite a lot of Marx Brothers flicks. Last night it was a double bill of A Night at the Opera and Day at the Races. And the other week it was, the other night it was one of my all-time favourites, which is A Day at the Circus. Still hilarious, so many great one-liners in it. And they kill me. And to think they're coming up for 100 years old, these movies, and they are still amongst the most anarchic, original, brilliant comedies I have ever seen, and I have watched a lot of movies, Clan, I've got to tell you. So yeah, my smart-ass mouth probably comes from trying to be the next Groucho Marx for whatever reason. Sure is lovely, this part of the world. Yeah, good day for it. Actually, it is a good day. Yesterday was rubbish. Glad I didn't have a flying lesson yesterday. But yeah, I can honestly, it's been 2 weeks now, I highly recommend the Bugatti for what my recommendations are worth. It's unique and in so many ways to get around it. And it is challenging, to me, in all the right ways. But like I said, I really have to work on the touch and goes with that sucker. Because when you're running down around the 100 knot mark, when you're trying to control it between, say, down towards the 70 mark to bring her in safely, it gets woolly. Ah, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just want to fly up here forever and ever? Hopefully we can bring it down. Bounce one. Oh, we may have overstayed. Oh. Well, wasn't that unforgivable? But we is down. I love this aircraft specifically because it is the aircraft that Telly Savalas bumped around in fact, it's used in so many great movies as a stunt plane. Look, let's just wiggle her around and bring her in. Even though it won't forgive me now. There we go. Yeah, we're just trying to back up to from whence we came. That's it. Nothing, just nothing. Other than the fact that this is a really pretty part of the world to fly about in. Probably should fly about here a little bit more. Really? And might have to change it up a bit. There's quite a few airfields. I want to get used to float planes again. Even though we know, they're kind of, you can't really parallel the finesse needed as they do in reality with those, but nonetheless, they're really cool to get about in. Oh yeah. I'm just looking over at this up. We've got 15 to 20s up. Good on me. Well, there you go. Maybe I shouldn't have been flying today after all. Yeah, okay, so that's a bit wild. Anyway, live and learn, eh? We'll pull up quickly. Look, I hope you're well. Drop me a line. Let me know if Uncle Wilfred's still good, and Auntie Jeanette and all the rest of the crew, and I don't know, whatever uncles and aunties you got. Other than that, I'll just make some shit up and drop me a line and let me know. Also, for these little flights in the sightseers, what are your favourites? So, like, subscribe, all the usual bollocks, and pull off up here, and even now it's wild and wacky. Yeah, let's just pull up in here and have done with it, eh? Because I'm sure, like me, even you've got the shits with my dulcet tones by now. And we will stop in. Oh, what are you? Huh? Oh, Bill, Jimmy, what are you up to? You said Jennifer, long time no see. Whoa. Well, wasn't that an ignominious end to the ride? Alright, big beautiful world. Handbrake on. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will catch you later. Bye.